Hello guys, welcome to my channel DevOps for you. Today I'll be discussing about Docker and I will try to cover all the basic concepts of Docker within 15 minutes. So firstly, what is Docker and why do we need containers and how to create the container, that also we'll cover in this video. And then I'll also show you how to write a Docker file, then create a Docker image, then after how to run a container, and then we'll try to interact with our container. So let's understand what is Docker. Docker is a platform which helps us to create containers, right? To create containers also called as containerization platform. Correct. Then what is the need for containers? So we'll try to understand the need for containers with the help of an example. Here I have a short example. Yes, consider I need to develop an application and every application will have certain dependencies or requirements, and for my application consider I have requirements such as Python 12, GCC 7 version, Bazel version 3 and Java version 9. So these are the project requirements. Now what happens is, during development environment, developer will try to set up the environment with the same versions as per our project requirements, right? And he'll try to develop the application. Then testing team also will use the same requirements and will try to set up the testing environment. Similarly, production environment, they'll also try to do the same. Now for example, here this Python got updated to 13 and here the GCC version got updated to 7.2 due to some internal updates, right? Now initially our expectation is we should have Python 12, GCC 7, Bazel 3, Java 9, but here if you can see we have some version mismatch, right? So this version mismatch can lead to application failure. Then what testing team will do, they'll raise an bug saying the application is not working on their end, but developer is having all the correct versions, right? He'll say application is working on his end, so there might be an issue with testing environment. So it will raise some conflicts during the development of application, correct? And it will take much time to debug this issue, right? So here comes the picture of Docker and containerization. I'll show you. So instead of installing or setting up all the environments, testing environment, Python individually, what Docker will do, it will try to create a container. Okay, so one second. Yes, it will try to create container, and inside that container it will try to install all the dependencies, correct? Now since all the dependencies are installed in this container, it will then the developers and engineers are asked to use this container. Then in the developer environment we have the same version, correct? And in the testing environment also we have the same versions, and in the production environment also we have the same versions. So this will eliminate the version mismatch, and it will promote consistency. So through Docker we can ensure that the app runs the same way on any machine. Also, portability, you can run the same Docker container on your laptop or on a server or on the cloud, stating that we should have Docker installed on that machine. Correct? So portability becomes easy if you have Docker installed on your machine, and if you have this container with you, you can run this application. Correct? Hope you understand this thing. So I'll quickly move how to write this Docker, how to create a container. Correct? So here I have three things. One is, in order to create a container, I should first have a Docker file. So, and then once this Docker file is there, we'll try to build an image. Correct? Using this Docker file, we'll try to build an image. Then we will get an image as an output. We'll use that image, we'll try to create a container and then run it. So in order to create a Docker file, we need to understand what content should be inside the Docker file. So here are some sample commands which are mostly used inside the Docker file. I have listed it here. Correct? Also, I have placed here a sample Docker file, contents of the Docker file. Here if you closely pay attention, this from keyword, this keyword helps us to use a particular version of baseline. For example, if you want to use Ubuntu 20.04, right, base image, you can use keyword from. Or if you want to use Ubuntu 22.04, you can use keyword from Ubuntu 22.04. Correct? And then the second command what we have is run. If you want to install certain things in your container, if you want to run run any Python application inside your container, firstly you need to have Python installed in that. So here we are using this run keyword. Correct? This run keyword, and just trying to install Python, and then we need to set up the work directory. Okay, work directory means, for example, consider this folder as your work directory. So all the things, or installations and any file changes, it will be taken care inside that work directory. Now coming back, see, and if we want to copy any content from our local machine to our container, we can use this copy command. Here if you can see copy command, you can use simply copy app.py app, and if you want to run any script inside the container, you can say cmd bash. Okay, so if this is not clear, I'll just try to create a Docker file, and I will also write an sample Python file, Python application. Then we'll try to run this Python application inside that container. Okay, then once this Docker file is created, we'll try to build an image, then we'll try to run the image and then run the container. Correct? So yes, I'll just I already have it, but I'll again create one more file, new folder, test. Vim, and your Docker file should start with capital D and the name should be Dockerfile. Correct? File is created. Now I'll also create close this. Yeah, so vim app.py. so here I'll just write a sample Python. Okay, I have done that. Now I'll try to create a Docker file. Yes, so we'll just copy. Oh, sorry. Copy. I'll explain you again. Here, if you can see, I've already stated, like, if we want to use any base image, we'll use from keyword, and if you want to install anything, for example, if you want to install Python, Java, you can use the keyword run and followed by the command to install. Then you can set the work directory as app. I mean, inside the container you'll have work directory as app. I'll show you that. See, now this container is created, and now inside that container you have your workspace known as app. Okay, and inside this container, this workspace app, you can run your applications. Okay, run apps. Fine. So yes, sorry, Control S. Now since we already discussed, it's already 12 minutes. Yeah, we'll try to close it. Yeah, so we have written a Docker file now. Correct, Docker file is completed. Now we'll try to build an image, then we'll try to run the container. So here I have this command docker build -t image name. Correct. First we'll see any images are there. For that we have the command docker images, enter. So I have previously running images. Okay, now we'll try to create a new image or build an image. Docker build my docker build -i my app. That is fine, that I don't have. Yeah, my app and dot. So what it will do, it will take the docker file from the current directory and it will try to build an image with my app name in the current directory. Hit enter. Okay, pip install, there must be some issue. Wait a second. Okay, one change I have made here since I was getting that issue. So I have added this front end environment as non-interactive. So to avoid interactive prompts during installation, right? This fixed my error. Now docker build -t my app, hit enter. If you can see, my image got created. Now we'll see docker images, right? Here you can see that my image is created with the name my app. Now I will run this image and create a container. Docker run -it space my app. That's it. See, if you closely pay attention, here I was in my local machine. Now I am inside this container. You can see that, right? Now if you see, ls, and one second. See, I am inside this workspace directory slash app, and inside this slash app I have app.py. Where did this app.py got created? I have copied it, right, from local machine to container. So this app.py got copied from local to workspace directory slash app, correct? Here you can see the same thing. So if you can see, right, now I'm inside this container. What I'll do, I'll try to run app dot, sorry, I'll try to use python 3. Here you can see hello my first docker container, correct? And from here I'll try to conclude my video. Hope you guys understood how docker containers are created. And one more thing, yes, yeah, I hope this is fine. Yes, correct. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah.